Hey guys, today there's two videos being made just to catch up a little bit. I'm going to start making a video a day. You'll see a post come out every morning at around 8:30 a.m. and it will be posted to my page every day. And it's going to be a little bit about what I'm going to make a video on either later in the afternoon or that night. So I want to just speak up about impersonal energies, which is the post I put up this morning. So when we think of ourselves as this, uh, let me think of the correct word. We think of ourselves as a definition, is what I'd say. What people have called us over the years or said we are over the years is not who we are, but it is our ego and what we tell ourselves we are. So whether I've done something stupid and told myself, God, that was stupid. I'm such an idiot. And I've done that 100 times in the past. I'm going to think I'm an idiot. And that adds to my ego wall. Or when I'm a little kid and as I grow up, my parents tell me that, I'm hilarious. I'm funny as hell, whatever. That's going to add to my ego wall. I'm a funny person. I'm an idiot sometimes. When I went through middle school, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, correct? So that I put that up on my ego wall. I was dyslexic. It can be physical things too, like, I'm fat, or, I don't feel good about myself. I'm depressed. I have anxiety. And these are all things we can throw up on our ego wall. And I'm going to make another video in about a week about that ego wall, which is a very important thing to realize. And I'll do a little demonstration on how you guys can find what it is on your ego wall and work towards getting them taken off of there to find your own impersonal energy about yourself. But this impersonal energy is the thing is when you knock down that ego wall and you say, what's left? It's that decision making that is natural. It is that moment of clarity that is natural. We take so much thought every day to make all of our decisions. And it's all based off of the things we've done in the past and memory. And we don't need those past memories to make decisions now. And it's not to say that some of them didn't help us get to where we are today, but they're still not us. If that makes any sense, I understand. But I'll give you an example of how I came to realize my impersonal energy. Because in the post I wrote that impersonal energy is, if you've ever had a out-of-body experience, whether it was a near-death experience I calls it, or a meditation with somebody, which is what happened to me. I did these hour-long meditations with this Buddhist monk who studied in the mountains for like 37 years and did fasting and did all this stuff, but he was one of the top monks at his synagogue or temple up in the mountains or whatever. So I worked with him and he had this meditation that, as you went through it, it helped you release and line up your chakras and such as that. And at the end of one of them, I had an 100% out-of-body experience. I was standing across the room, looking at myself in a chair, and I could see all of the problems that I dealt with in the version of me in that chair. But the version of me outside of myself had nothing. It was just open. I was connected to everything around me. I could see what was in the room, and I could see what was outside of the room. I could see what was, states away in my parents' house. I could recall everything around me, even if I'd never seen it before. I remember being like, because he has this little shed in the back of his yard, and I walked in there, and it's like a little house shed, so like a little guest house thing. And that's where he does his meditation classes. And I had only walked right into his backyard and into the door. I had never walked around the building or anything. And around the building was this Japanese maple. And I remember seeing it when I was in my out-of-body experience. And I thought that was interesting. So I walked around to see if it was there. And it was there. So this is that impersonal energy that allows you to see beyond what's your own thinking creates. And everybody has it. It's all there. It's just the younger you are and you realize this way of life, the easier it is to find that impersonal energy you are naturally born with. The older you get, the more is added to your ego wall. And the more that's added to your ego wall, the harder it is to get back to that impersonal energy. But it is possible, and there is some easy steps of just recognizing and understanding the three principles. So impersonal energies are, it's just not, it's that energy that doesn't, it isn't that Michael thought for me. There is no Michael thought. It's just is coming down and radiating from me and allowing me to make the decision I make naturally. So that's the impersonal energy side of things. Like I said, the ego wall, I've done this thing with one of my teachers before about a piece of paper, and we make a actual ego wall, and we write down all of our problems or our ego traits onto the piece of paper. And you don't start off with the worst one ever, like alcoholism or whatever, or, I don't know, whatever you define yourself as, but start off with one mildly easy, mildly medium, and we erase that from the ego wall and recognize that that isn't us anymore. And the more we can get rid of off of that ego wall, the easier it is for us to reach this impersonal energy. So that's what I wanted to talk about today with the impersonal energy. Thank you very much. And I'll be making another video tomorrow on the post you see around 8:30 in the morning. All right, guys. Bye.